I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, her sexual past is not your business. Got an email here from a viewer. He says, "Hi Corey, I've been watching your videos and reading your emails, and it's really helped me a lot. I'm 37 and I'm recently divorced after 9 years of a very unhappy marriage with 2 kids involved, and have found everything that you put out really helpful. I'm now dating a great girl, and it feels fantastic. She is younger, she's 24, but she's really easy to get along with, very even-keeled, and not overly emotional like some women I have dated. The problem has to do with the past. I started talking with her before I was divorced. I told her that I was still married but wanted a divorce. We flirted some and hung out a few times, which led to some kissing, but never any sex. We developed this really strong connection, and we agreed it was wrong to pursue and we should not let it happen. I told her not to wait on me, though, because she's young and she didn't need all this baggage, but she insisted on waiting for me. I am not proud of any of this, but that's how it happened. It's like, hey, dude, shit happens. When you know your marriage is over, it's over. A lot of people do it. It's hard when you realize that it sucks and you need to leave and it's not the right relationship for you. And it's easy to get kind of caught up in between. You kind of got something going on with somebody new, or you want something to happen with somebody new to make you feel like you once did when you originally met your wife. But at the same token, it's scary to leave and to end that relationship and for it to be over and done with for good. Because you think, well, is this the right thing to do? Should I do it? Now I'm just one of the statistics. I mean, all those things go through your mind. What are people going to think about me? At the end of the day, especially like for your kids, you got to do something for yourself that makes you happy. Because the best thing you can do for your kids is for their kids to see their dad in a happy, loving, healthy relationship instead of one that just totally sucks. Because if you give them a relationship that sucks to emulate, well, guess what? They'll grow up, and they'll be like just like you and your wife, and they'll go out and get into a relationship that sucks too. He says, we talked the whole time, and we began seeing each other shortly afterward, and the sex and everything about the relationship has been amazing ever since. A few months afterward, however, I found out that she had been in a sexual relationship with another married man while she was talking to me in the beginning. To make matters worse, it was someone I knew very well. Look, in Jerry Springer moment. I confronted her with this, and she admitted, and that ended us. Although the next several weeks she would prove to be intensely determined to explain things to me and how it happened and why it happened and how she tried many times to tell me but never could find a way to do it or never thought I would understand. Yeah, because you wouldn't understand. So you obviously couldn't deal with the fact that she slept with another human being before you. When you were married at the time, it's like, come on, dude. He says, after several weeks of this, I agreed to listen, and then she came clean on everything I wanted to know. She did not hold anything back, and she claimed it felt good to not have any secrets from me. The purpose of all relationships is you go there to give. You should give what's in your heart without any fear and don't hold back. That's what she was doing. That's why she felt better. That's why you always feel better when you express yourself fully, authentically from your heart, especially when you screw up. She says, he was her professor in class, and she did flirt with him. She liked the attention, and it eventually led to sex in his office at school. It lasted the semester, and she said she had sex with him because she was afraid and felt pressure and afraid that she would fail the class if she did not have sex with this guy. Whether that's true or not, she did willingly put herself in that situation by seriously flirting with the guy. Early while we were talking, I had suspected something about this guy and asked her about it, and she denied any involvement with him, meaning that she lied straight-faced to me about it. Well, it sounds like she was a good liar. Obviously, she convinced you. He says, I believe she did not have sex with me during this same time we were talking because she really cared about me and saw the potential of a future and did not want to ruin it by getting involved with me sexually when she was in this other messed up situation at the time. Hey, the girl's got needs. You were tied up. You were unwilling to have sex with her. And besides, you were still married, so you were unavailable. Well, so was this other guy. So he said, but it didn't stop her and him. See, he wasn't going to leave his wife because the marriage obviously wasn't bad enough. So there was none of that in this situation. And he says, she does not consider it cheating, though, and I can't argue with this. After all, I was married at the time. But she did grossly misrepresent herself, claiming that it was wrong to have sex while I was married. And lie to me about it. Yeah, because she's telling you, oh, it's wrong that we should sleep together. Because at the end of the day, the woman wants to be able to blame it on you. It's got to be your fault. And when you're Mr. Moral high ground, oh, I'm still married, we can't do this, blah, blah, blah. Then she says, oh, well, I'll wait for you. And then you're like, hey, keep your options open. So she went ahead and did everything that you told her to do. And now you got upset about it and broke up with her. He says, and it sort of shatters the great connection that we had in that she was willing to wait for me. And now, getting to the problem, everything is great except that this gets into my head every once in a while. I think about it, and it affects me in two big ways. Number one, I can't help dwelling on what she did with him. Was I just some chum she was playing around with but not worth having sex with? Well, you were the one who put all the roadblocks in it. The only reason that you didn't sleep with her is because it's your fault. Because you decided to not take it to that step, even though you were fooling around with her and kissing her and probably a few other things. And then he says in number two, will she do this again? It's like she messed around with two married guys at the same time. Is she an adrenaline junkie that will eventually look for this rush again? Well, as long as you keep her happy and in love with you and you do everything right, she's not going to look around. But the same token, she doesn't mind being a chick that has an affair with married guys. Because obviously she was involved with you and she was involved with this other dude. Obviously it doesn't bother her to do it. But does it mean that she'll cheat on you if things don't go well? It's possible. It's really kind of hard to tell because at the end of the day, you weren't really dating her. She wasn't really your girl. And yeah, you fooled around with her and kissed her and this and that, but you were still married. So in her eyes, you really weren't a possibility. Hey, she's 24, she's young, she wants to have fun, wants to hook up with guys that know what they're doing. Probably why she dates older men, because guys that are her age are just, they're into playing video games and they don't fucking know what they want with their lives yet. And after all, you're older, you got kids, you got responsibilities, you got a family. The same thing with this other particular guy, and that's why younger women tend to like older men, is because we got our shit together. We've got our life in order, and we know where we're going. We know what it is that we want. So my advice to you is stop letting this shit affect your relationship, because it really has nothing to do with your relationship. Yeah, she kept it from you, but it wasn't any of your fucking business anyways. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Not only does it not matter about this particular guy, it doesn't matter all the other dudes that she slept with. The only thing that bothers you about it is because you knew this particular guy, and also she was screwing around with this particular guy and keeping it from you. But at the end of the day, you got to keep in mind, because if you're like, well, she wouldn't sleep with me, but she'd sleep with him. Well, she did say that we shouldn't do this because you're married. And so when a woman says that, but then you go ahead and seduce her anyways, then in her mind she can rationalize away and say, well, the sex was your fault because I said it was wrong, but you did it anyways, you naughty boy, you made me do something really naughty. And that's the way it is. Like, they got to be able to blame the sex on you, because she knows it's kind of inappropriate, but hey, if you're willing to go for it, or if he's willing to go for it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And if you keep bringing this stuff up, yeah, you're going to look like a little weak bitch that's jealous of some other guy. It's not going to be so much about the fact that you felt like she lied to you, which she obviously did. She misrepresented what was really going on because she was worried what you would think and that you wouldn't handle it well. And guess what? You obviously haven't handled it very well. And so probably part of her regrets even telling you this, because if she'd have never said anything, it wouldn't have created any drama or any problems. And so my advice to you is have the same kind of attitude that Ronald Reagan had towards the Russians when they were doing nuclear disarmament talks back in the 1980s. He said, trust but verify. So just trust that your girl is going to be loyal until she gives you a reason not to trust her. But to constantly bring this up every time you get butthurt, or she turns you down for sex, or you become fearful or worried about your future, when a woman senses weakness, she's going to pull away and she's going to test. And if you keep doing this stuff, eventually she's going to be the one that dumps you and breaks up with you, and you're going to be writing me an email asking me how to get her back. So stop creating all this fucking unnecessary drama in your relationship and just have a good time. Love is playful and fun. It's not serious. And stop being a goddamn drama queen and acting like a woman and causing all these unnecessary problems in your relationship. It is what it is. The past doesn't matter, and it's none of your fucking business anyways, because you weren't with her when this was happening to begin with. So it's none of your business. Forget about it. Let it go, unless you want to ruin your relationship. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max. And just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box on the right-hand side, there's a button you can click that'll take you right to the download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device already, there's a button you can click to download a free e-reader app for your smartphone, tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app and complete the purchase of my book. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, and my ebook, you can show your appreciation by going to my website, and on there will be a toolbar which will be at the bottom of your screen. Click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.